Hello scene peepers. Welcome back to our channel. Do you enjoy our video so far? Today I would like to share a 2014 American indie science fiction thriller movie called Time Lapse. For those who are always interested in time traveling and ever dream to go to the future or past, this movie is definitely for you. Spoilers ahead, take care, and enjoy. The plot of this movie centers upon a group of three friends who are living together in an apartment complex. Finn, who enjoys painting but is always stuck finding any inspiration, works in the complex as a building manager. It's always been his task to take care of the complex and do some repairs as requested by the residents. At the beginning of the movie, Finn is shown going to Mrs. Anderson's home to repair her toilet. He is living together with his girlfriend, Callie, and his friend, Jasper, who likes to bet on horse races. Three of them are close to each other. Callie even often cooks for them and they enjoy each other's company. One day, these three friends find out that one of the residents of their apartment complex, Mr. Bezaritas, hasn't paid his rent for 2 months. Mr. B lives across from their apartment. Callie then decided to go to Mr. B's apartment to check on him. She discovers that Mr. B hasn't gotten out of his apartment to collect his newspapers for days. It is later revealed that Mr. B is missing and no one knows where he is. While checking on his apartment, this trio finds so many of their photos glued to Mr. B's apartment wall. They also discover a strange machine in his apartment that takes Polaroid photos of their living room's picture window. The photo display includes daytime photos, night photos, and some missing photos. At first, all of them have no prejudices about this strange machine and just assume that Mr. B is probably a freak for taking their pictures. However, Callie later accidentally drops their coat hanger in their living room. This small accident creates a scene that is the same as the photo from that machine. The trio then gets back to Mr. B's apartment and starts to learn that the machine can take pictures 24 hours in the future, always at 8 p.m. They also read his journal to find out how the machine works. Somehow, these three friends later go to Mr. B's storage room and discover his strangely burnt body, indicating he has been dead for a week. As a building manager, Finn wants to report this case to the police. However, Jasper disagrees. The three of them argue about how they're going to use the camera. Jasper wants to use the camera to see the future so he can gamble and win the horse race. He insists that they shouldn't report Mr. B's burnt body to the police and better try the camera's effectiveness. He persuades Finn that maybe he will know what to paint if they keep seeing and behaving according to those photos. Finn finally is tricked into this and the trio decides not to report their finding to the police. The next day, three of them hold a party. It is shown in the movie that Jasper isn't only addicted to gambling but also a drug user. At 8 p.m., both Callie and Jasper pose in their living room the same with the photo they saw on the machine before. Meanwhile, Finn goes to Mr. B's house to check the compatibility of the pose and the photo taken before. He is now sure that the strange machine can indeed predict the future and they just have to pose according to the photo. That night, Finn sees the next photo. It is shown that his canvas isn't blank anymore. There is also information about horse races that can help Jasper win the bet. In the morning, Callie says to those two boys that they have to cover Mr. B's disappearance so that no one will be suspicious. Callie takes all of Mr. B's newspaper, moves his car, and sends some letters. Jasper makes the bet based on the photo and Finn draws the same painting. Day by day passed and nothing bad happened. They just have to pose based on the picture every day at 8 p.m. Jasper is also shown to have won lots of money from the horse races. One day, when taking care of Mr. B's house, Finn heard a voicemail from Mr. B's friend. When he is out of the house, he runs into Big Joe, the security officer. He lies to Big Joe that Mr. B is hospitalized and they just help him take care of his house. One day, when the trio goes to Mr. B's house again to see the next photo, the photo shows Callie and Jasper kissing behind Finn's back while the latter is painting. It makes Finn disappointed. They started to think that it is probably not necessary to pose in a photo every day. However, they are also afraid that if they don't do it and change the future, they will end up dead just like Mr. B. The next day, Jasper and Callie are kissing, but they don't realize that they are kissing for too long. Finn is angry and leaves the room. He is going to Mr. B's house to check the next photo. The next photo shows Jasper talking to Ivan as violent bookie in their living room. Those trios start to be more anxious than before because they know Ivan is a dangerous man. Finn and Callie confront Jasper if he ever tells Ivan about the machine. Jasper denies the accusation, saying that he didn't and won't ever tell. In the morning, because they know that Ivan will come to their house at night, these three friends are so worried. Jasper calls Ivan, and talks nonsense and it even makes Ivan feel more suspicious of him. Jasper spends his day practicing how to cope with Ivan. Several times before Ivan arrives, Finn takes Callie to the car, leaving Jasper alone. In the car, Finn, who at first grows distant from Callie, kisses her. In the living room, Ivan confronts Jasper, questioning him about the tricks he has been using so that he can always win the bet. At first, Jasper says that he is just lucky. This makes Ivan angry and destroys some of the stuff in their house. When Jasper asked Ivan to just copy his bet, Callie and Finn came into the house. She throws the next day photo to Jasper. The photo shows a silhouette of a man who they assume is Jasper, watching the nude Callie as Finn's paint model. Ivan also sees the picture before leaving. The next night, Callie poses nude while Finn paints her. However, it turns out that the silhouette of the man is Ivan, not Jasper. Ivan threatens the trio. They have no choice except to tell Ivan about the strange machine. Ivan later asks Jasper to write and pose the bet like the photo. The three of them realize that they have no control anymore of the machine because Ivan will be keeping those photos. They argue a lot. Only Jasper is allowed to see the picture and Finn's canvas is blank again because he doesn't know what to draw without the photo. Jasper later agrees to help Finn capture the photo so that he can draw. However, in the next photo, it turns out that there is a deadly skull and crossbones painted on Finn's canvas, something that he doesn't usually draw. Jasper interprets it as a dead message and they are now probably in danger. That night, he hides some weapons and knives around the living room in case he will need them to protect himself. Finn runs into Big Joe at the gate the next evening, who has recently started working as a police officer. Marcus, one of Ivan's men, notices their meeting and calls Ivan, who is skeptical of their Big Joe claim. Ivan threatens them all, but Jasper tricked him, lying that the new photo taken tonight of Ivan's death was at Marcus' hands. Ivan goes to Mr. B's house to check the photo. When he gets back, he finds out that Marcus has been stabbed dead by Jasper. Jasper also kills Ivan by hitting him several times with a baseball stick. The trio then uses Mr. B's storage room to hide those bodies. After the incident, Finn fights with Callie, so he sleeps on the couch. The next morning, they are visited by Dr. Heidecker, a colleague of Mr. B's who is seeking him. Dr. Heidecker threatens Finn and Jasper with a gun and pushes them to confess since they can't get their stories straight regarding Mr. B. Mr. B had mailed Heidecker a photo taken the night before his death, indicating that the machine could be programmed to capture photos more than 24 hours ahead of time. The snapshot shows blood on the window, Mr. B's hat on the couch and a picture of a green coil that looks like the shattered device. Mr. B wasn't murdered by time, according to Dr. Heidecker, because he knocked over a coil in his storage container, and the released gas killed him. Jasper uses Ivan's gun to shoot Heidecker dead because she doesn't know how to modify the machine's parameters. Callie and Jasper are seen having sex in the window in the next night's photo, while Finn is sleeping on the couch. Finn chats with Jasper about trying to figure out a way to avoid events, but Jasper knocks him out and locks him in Mr. B's storage room because he doesn't trust Dr. Heidecker's idea and plans to prevent a paradox by ensuring the photo takes place no matter what. When Finn searches Heidecker's purse for a way out of the locked storage unit, he finds a photo of blood on the window, Mr. B's hat on the couch, and the painting of the coil, and realizes that he had to paint the coil in the future the next day. Finn later uses the keys in Mr. B's coat to escape from the room. He makes his way to the machine. He then calls Jasper, who notices him at the machine and threatens to destroy it unless he stops. After some arguments over the phone, Finn later successfully corners Jasper. However, right when Finn and Callie want to get away from Jasper, a brawl between those two friends erupts. Callie saves Finn by slamming Jasper's head onto the ground. Somehow, while drawing again according to the photo before leaving the house, Finn notices a mismatch when painting to match Heidecker's photo. Finn later discovers that the camera also captures a picture at 8 a.m., something Callie had kept hidden. Callie admits that she has been sending herself messages using the morning photo to control circumstances and revive her relationship with Finn. The sex photo is one of those missing from Mr. B's wall, dating from a drunken night a month ago. The other missing photos are ones of Callie and Jasper being affectionate, which she took down from the wall when she first discovered the machine. Callie has been switching some photos to manipulate all the events. Finn is disappointed. He wants to destroy the machine. Callie disagrees because she believes that if she sends herself a message in the window tomorrow, it will send a message to herself to avoid Finn catching her just now, avoiding these occurrences. She shoots Finn, causing blood to splatter on the window just like in Heidecker's photo. The next day, Callie is shown attempting to tape a letter to herself on the window. Big Joe comes by and discovers the killed Jasper and Finn. Callie is still sure that the timeline would be restored. When Big Joe captures Callie, the note slides off the window. It creates the same scene as the photo that Mr. B sent to Heidecker. At the end of the movie, The camera makes a new shot that isn't revealed to the audience. What do you think about the movie? Leave your comments below. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more similar videos. Please like and don't forget to turn on notifications for more updates. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.